Still reeling from the attack on Troll Skull Alley, the party is also still split up. Well, mostly. Morgan and Cunk are back together, but Rebecca is off trying to shepherd Otto, the fairy dragon, to Croms Hold, but unfortunately had to turn back due to an attack from creatures that do not belong this far south. They somehow escaped the North Pole. Who exactly we're picking up off of with immediately is up to Bean, though.
And also, Morgan did a thing.
Oh yeah, he's doing his best to fucking fuck over my whole plan with becoming a super harper.
Morgan is making good life choices, is what Morgan is doing.
Let's be honest. Rebecca was never going to be a high harper.
Yeah, now.
No, even before.
Look, I mean, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, Rebecca had returned and stayed the night in Daggerford.
The happy cow.
Morgan and Cunk, I believe we had ended with them like just going to sleep. So we pick up the next day. This is Sheller on the Waterdeep map. So would y'all have like, because you're waiting on furniture repairs, would you have just closed the bar for a few days, or?
Man. I mean, if our regulars really wanted to drink, Morgan would have explained the situation and been like, "Hey, look,
shit's fucked.
Things are getting renovated. But if we're still willing to take customers. It's just it's kind of a standing bar for the day or two."
Yeah, so probably like the kitchen is closed, but the bar is
hell. We might get
open.
Donations.
Limited capacity.
We might. Yeah, the kitchen would be very limited capacity. It'd be like if you want some, I don't know, hand pies or skewers, sure. But otherwise, sorry, we don't have tables for you right now.
Right. And then
our alcohol is
y'all throwing out all the alcohol on the bar floor. We're all getting rid of all the alcohol in the basement as well, just out of caution.
Did we check that?
We didn't check it.
Oh man.
And Morgan is not the person to be able to tell. Actually, you can detect poisons with a brewer's supplies. I think that's one of the things in Xanathar's. Let me look.
Oh, if that's the case, then I would very much like to do that. If not, I had an idea which Cunk doesn't drink, but I was going to ask about the whole, taste a little bit of a potion, you know what it is type deal. Maybe if he gets a little tingle or something weird from just kind of dipping his finger in a little bit of it, then we would know.
I don't know how anti-drink Cunk is, so I'm not gonna make that decision without him in here.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't too sure about it. I mean, would Oirin do it?
Oh, you want me to try something? Sure.
Yeah, I mean, he knows poison, right? And
yeah, wait, does he have? Does he have immunity or resistance to poison? 1 second.
I think it's resistance.
Prior players, Oirin.
Because I don't know if Soccer ever had that character being anti-beverage.
No, he didn't. But Brewer supplies does allow you to detect poison or impurities in a drink.
Okay. I'll do that then.
And yeah, I'll say like Oirin would help you out because there's a lot of stuff down there to go through,
Yeah.
especially if you're like being thorough and going through all of them. He has resistance to acid and poison. Yeah, he's immune to poisoned condition.
I mean to being poisoned, but can take poison damage.
Yeah, takes reduced damage, but yes. Alchemist subclass feature. But yeah, and I'll say it realistically probably takes a bit of going through. Go ahead and make me. We'll do for the whole thing. We'll do like 3 rolls.
Okay.
What would it be? We'll do a wisdom-based brewer supplies roll.
Okay, so because of Orin's help, 3 at advantage?
I was gonna have both of you roll 3, just because going through a lot of things.
Okay. Got you.
Or you could roll 6 at advantage. I'll let you choose.
I'll do 3 and have him do 3.
Okay.
Why is that to GM? The first one was a 17. Blah. 16. 23. Oh, not bad.
Oh, because he has expertise in the tool. I was wondering how his modifier was.
How does he have a 40?
He has a -1 wisdom, but he has a +9 to the roll. Artificers. Oh yeah, I mean he does the thing with the all in one tool, right? You turn it into a different right tool for the job creates the brewer supplies. Because I think he only has alchemist. Yeah, Morgan. Most of them. Let's see here. What was the type of poison? Quick, I gotta pull up.
Truth serum.
They are poisoned. Seemingly not with truth serum.
Oh, something else.
Oh,
Actually,
boy.
Actually, like the first few that you go through, like we'll say like the first quarter you go through are tainted with truth serum, and you start to think that maybe they just put truth serum in everything. But then as you continue going, you find your like high shelf liquors have been tainted with midnight tears.
Oh God.
Man, they just went all out. Like fucking
And then-
2,000 gold a dose.
And then the majority of the stuff is with. You're not sure what kind of poison it is. It seems to be more of a low grade poison. I'll say between the two of you because you both had some pretty. Both had good rolls. Especially that 23. And Orion had 1 crit. It's like just serpent venom, but somehow it would be an ingested instead of injury.
Okay.
It's like serpent venom in what you determine its effects to be. But it is an ingested poison.
Gotcha.
Which serpent venom, literally just the venom of a giant snake.
Okay. Well, damn. So then I guess we can't even fucking sell drinks.
You could either throw it all out and buy replacements, or you could hire a cleric to come purify food and drink.
Oh man.
Because I believe purify food and drink removes poison.
Wait, am I at the level, or is that second level spell?
That's first level.
It is a first level spell.
First level ritual. All non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
That's right. Clerics have access to all of their spells. They just have to prepare them each morning. Okay. Right. So
You don't even have to use spell slots. You can just cast away with ritual.
Are artificers prepared or learn
Prepared.
casters?
Yeah, they're prepared.
Okay, so Oirin would be able to have helped out with that too, if we say y'all prepared that.
Yeah, if you're okay with that, I'll.
Yeah. Just mark it as one of your prepared for the day in case something comes up.
I gotta add it. I
Did I
forget.
unprepare from Oirin's sheet? False life.
He does have auto-prepared spells, though.
Yeah, but he was cool and put always prepared after them.
Ah.
In the little note section that shows up in gray.
Okay, fairy fire and sleep are my OS prepared from my domain.
I recommend putting always prepared in the note.
You know what? I can shorten that to AP.
Associated Press.
Armor piercing sleep.
Oh, armor pierces.
When the sleep is armor piercing.
Yeah, you can cast sleep without seeing the target. Actually, I think you already can for sleep. You can cast sleep without seeing the point in space that he centers it.
God.
But yeah, you spend a little while that morning, the two of you, going through and seeing what was poisoned, and then ritual casting the spell a number of times.
Yes.
Actually, I say that. I assume artificers have the ritual casting trait.
They do. They just need to be prepared.
Yeah, because Jarvis ritual cast identify all the time.
This is true.
Many are saying.
Many are saying.
God, don't start that shit.
Yeah, I'll say like around 11. You would hear, because the place wouldn't be open yet, a knock on the door upstairs. But before that, we're going to cut over to Rebecca in Daggerford. Where's Daggerford map?
Daggerford South.
Daggerford is here. Literally everyone except Rebecca was on this map already. But yeah, you wake up, light snow falling, and just gonna set out again.
Yeah, if things start. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out. If things start seeming fishy, I'm going to cast fly and start flying.
Okay. As you set out and get back on the main road, you notice that there are other treks this morning where there wasn't when you set out yesterday. But there is some traffic still, like traveling between the towns. It's just much reduced with the snowfall. But you would not see any signs of like wagons. There'd be what appears to have been a party of a group of people walking, also to the south.
Okay.
And fairly recently, since it's currently snow falling. You set out with Otto. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Fuck.
Okay, 39.
Nice. Oh. You cheated.
That's like when you roll a 20, roll 20 plus 8.
Look. It was an accident.
Yeah, you make it where yesterday you didn't even actually make it to the side path, the side road that led out to Croms Hold. Rather uneventful. You're getting close to where that turn would be. And you notice where the tracks move off of the road. It'd be to your left. And looking that way, what's your passive
17.
perception? 17. Looking that way, you see where the tracks just like went off the road and then just disappear.
Huh. I'll just make a snowball and throw it where it disappears, see what happens.
Okay. The snowball flies through open space and impacts like 20 feet beyond.
Strange.
Like impacts the ground.
And what were the tracks again? Just like people walking?
Yeah, it would be the snowshoe kind of tracks. You could make a survival check if you want to try to determine how many. Definitely more than one, but if you want to determine how many
Stealth.
people it would be.
15.
15. Yeah, it seems like 3 people.
I'm curious.
Or
I'm
3 sets of
gonna
tracks at least.
approach where the tracks disappear and see if like maybe they all fell into the snow and became unconscious.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check, looking around, try to figure out what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, so you follow the tracks to the end, where they end like 5 feet off the road. And start looking around. They... Like, you see the tracks, you don't see anything that looks like where someone fell, or where the snow's been disturbed beyond the footprints. You do find that at the end of the where the tracks end is like the 3 people were facing inward to a point. Like, whether that be like huddled around talking or what, you're not sure. But close together. All of them pointed in.
I'll just
where the most recent ones end.
I'll just cast Detect Magic and see if there's anything at all. Probably not, but maybe they stopped to cast Pass Without a Trace and then continued onwards. I don't know.
Okay, and yeah, Detect Magic is 30 foot, right?
Yep.
Okay. You detect a source of magic you cannot see.
Look at the center of where they were huddled and kind of like shift some snow, see if I can find something.
Okay. How deep would the snow be built up this late in the winter?
Depends on if there's been melt days. Sometimes it melts.
Probably not. Probably not yet.
And the wind blowing too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right at the river is warmer, but you've gone a good ways south of that.
I'd say probably a good.
Like, it definitely gets hard.
3 to 4 feet.
Yeah, it gets hard. Like, the snow would be hard before you get to that point, but it just seems like more and more snow.
I guess I'll start walking away.
I'll say
I guess like trying to triangulate the source of magic.
Whenever you step away from the footprint triangle circle, but it's only 3. You lose it
Immediately.
Yes.
That's peculiar.
I mean, like, you know, there's like maybe a 2-foot circle you move around in that outside of which you lose it. Yes.
Well, I don't have a shovel, so I'm just gonna chalk it up to either something I can't find or something else. It's weird. I'll just continue onwards.
Okay. Yeah, you set back off, and about 30 minutes later, you would get to the hard to recognize turn to Croms Hold. I mean, it's multiple feet of snow, and wouldn't snow pack itself by the time it's multiple feet? Like, the lower part would not be.
The upper part would very much be fluff, but the lower.
Yeah, the upper part would be fluff, but once you get below that, you're getting into.
It's packed.
yeah, it's hard to dig through. I mean, you could do it if you want to take the time, but big meaty claws. All right, and I apologize, but I have to step away for just a minute.
All right.
That
I'm
means we
definitely.
like.
I'm not uncovering that secret for my mark.
What more? I still hate Vex for that. You know, I figured though it must not just pulse when in proximity of like actual secrets because didn't the vampires that we fought, he only realized that it was there even though I have the higher passive perception. He saw it because he was feeling pulled towards it because of the mark.
I can't remember.
I
Meave
thought
wasn't
that's
feeling
what Bean
anything.
said.
Meave wasn't feeling anything, so Meave doesn't know.
Me even his gills. I'm not gonna lie, like I remember at some point reading that the underside of the cap, that those are in fact called gills.
Yeah, Avery
But I
posted
just
a diagram of a mushroom.
right, but I couldn't help but picture the Baymax picture of Meave with just these three little slits like on the sides, almost like where like his cheeks would be, like to blush, and that those were what were vibrating when he goes into battle.
Back.
Like his two little speck eyes just get wide and it goes. "Brrr."
All right. See, I'd say that probably takes you like 3 hours or so to walk down to the Croms Hold road. You're about halfway done,
Yay.
but much less eventful than yesterday.
Thankfully.
Cutting back over to Troll Skull. Morgan, around the time you and Oirin finish purifying the drink, there's a knock upstairs that you would hear from down here. There'd be, probably like Boxer and the other guards here. So you do end up hearing the door open. And then Boxer would come and stick his head down the trap door to the basement.
Morgan would just look up.
You got a bunch of people here that say they're the crew from your ship?
Oh shit, that's right. Or actually, no, he wasn't contacted about that. Never mind. He just goes,
I mean, you knew that they've been on their way back since they were attacked.
"Yeah, that's true." Yeah, he goes,
You know
"Oh
they
shit."
exist.
No, I know they exist. I just didn't. I wasn't told that you told them to come here. So he'll just go. Oh, all right. Tell him I'll be up in a minute.
All right.
And he'll just like finish up the last of whatever he's doing, and then
Okay.
head upstairs as the illusion of Otto disappears. And
What can I say? The man left a really good. Otto left a really good illusion behind. But yeah, they'd probably, for what you said, Boxer would have let them in, and they'd just be like standing around the damaged bar. when you come upstairs.
Yeah, he'll just come up and like stand behind the bar.
When you get up there, you see that there's not as many of them as had been hired for the voyage of Queasel.
But yeah, half the crew
There'd be
fucking
about-
died.
Yeah, there'd be about 8 of them.
So what was it? They got attacked the one time, right, when they went to go to one of the layers, but this most recent time was on their way back after dropping us off for the Kalue thing, right?
So they dropped you off from the Kalue thing, and then they went off to
Oh, and then they went off.
loot
Okay.
layers. And I believe they had, when they contacted Rebecca, they said they had gotten through 3 before they ran into the issues at the next one.
Yeah.
And you had relayed that to me, right?
Yes. Because that was
Okay.
when we were in the in Undermountain.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. I'm remembering now.
And I'd say of the 8 that you see, 3 of them are heavily bandaged, like around torsos and arms. One of them around the legs.
Okay. He's gonna just kind of like, like address them as a whole, not like really any specific individual. Just be like, all right, let me know what happened. And like, as he's saying that, he's gonna like, just kind of like, I guess, like looking for more like detailed, like what they ran into, and if I can, maybe try and like, because it seems more like first aid, right? Like they just kind of like first aid bandaged each other up.
Yeah, I mean, they've probably healed some because it's been a while. But it's not like they're magically inclined for healing purposes.
Right. So I mean, if it looks like they need like a cure wounds, I can hit them with that, and if not, like I could just like do like a general medicine thing to sort of like, I guess, better wrap them up / like look at their wounds if they need like additional attention. I guess like maybe like fix a splint or like change bandages, what have you. Just kind of like coming around, looking them over.
Yeah, I'll say you can definitely do that. Let's see here. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check at advantage.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, you kind of like do a quick look while they start explaining, and these 2 over here could probably do with cure wounds or some form of magical healing. The others, yeah, you just go around and do some basic first aid stuff to kind of help along the healing.
All right, yeah, because I'd have right there. We said it's a ritual. Ritual doesn't use a spell slot, so yeah, I'll burn my 2 spell slots for the cure wounds.
Is cure wounds a ritual?
No. He's talking
No,
about
no,
the
no.
poison.
Yeah, for the poison.
Okay, sorry.
If it was a ritual, that'd be amazing.
I was about to say,
God.
that is so good.
I do not have prayer of healing. That would have been a ritual, I think. Yeah, you could ritual cast prayer of healing. I could be wrong about.
I
But-
don't think you can.
Or am I thinking that ritual because it takes like fucking a minute to 10 minutes to cast? There's a
Yeah,
spell
it
like
takes
that.
10 minutes to cast, but it's not a ritual.
Oh, it's not a ritual. For 10 minutes, it ought to be.
And then you have healing spirit, the one that you just make everyone conga line through. That's not a cleric spell apparently. But yeah, so Sync. Yeah, so we were working our way through the list you gave us on our way back. Went to 3 of the smaller locations first because they were closer. Made off with a decent bit, but when we went into the 4th one, the dragon's horde fought back.
The horde fought back?
Yeah. Never seen anything like it.
That- Wow.
The mounds of treasure rose up like they were a creature themselves.
That's horrifying.
Would Morgan ever have heard tale of something like this?
You can make me a history check.
Hey, let's go.
The DC was 25.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say, like, in your times in bars, you've heard many a bard tale. Many of them probably embellished. But you do remember a bard singing a song once, or no, it'd be telling a story once about something called a horde golem.
Oh.
Apparently some dragons in the past became so paranoid about their treasure being stolen, as most dragons are. But they decided what better to defend their horde than the horde itself. And apparently some dragons devised ways to animate portions of their horde into things with you're not so much thoughts of their own, but like a will of its own. That will being to follow to protect the dragon and its horde. That will being the dragon's will, but like it into a creature, like animating parts of its horde.
Shit. Morgan would just. Well, I'm sorry that you had to experience that. That frankly sounds terrifying. I don't even know how well I could punch a mound of gold. I didn't even hurt that.
And I'll say that bard, because 24 on the check. That bard would have like done some illusory imagery when he was telling this story, and that flashes back to Morgan.
Oh my! That is not at all what I thought. I was just thinking like.
That's-
You think like an iron golem
Yeah, like an iron golem
made of
just,
coins.
Made of coins.
That's just the Cave of Wonders, man.
No, actually, you know what I more pictured? The calzone golem, but like a bunch of like writhing copper pieces. But holy shit, yeah,
Well,
that's
believe it or not, I also have the picture of what you were picturing.
at the calzone golem or writhing copper pieces.
I mean both. I saw the calzone golem somewhere. This is what I think you were picturing.
Oh yeah. That's that is very much more what I was picturing, and slightly less horrifying, but still
Not what
not a
you'd
fan.
expect when you're raiding a horde.
Yeah, no, not what I would expect at all. Yeah, Morgan was just, jeez. Well, how many of them did we lose?
I think we had 12.
Well, there would have been 13 plus the 3 like leaders. The original 3 you hired.
Are
So
those
there would have
guys
been
still around?
16. They would be there, yes.
So we lost half the crew?
Yeah. Did
Holy
Queasel
sh-
survive?
I can't believe that wasn't Morgan's first question.
I think he would have assumed that he wouldn't have went into battle. God, I hope not.
They had Queasel leading the charge.
That go for the eyes, one eyes. There's these 2 big rubies in that giant golden skull. Yeah, I guess he would just kind of like look them all over after that and go, well, we had a little incident at the bar, but a fair bit of the beverages should be good to drink again, and if you're hungry, I can make some food. Look, I'd completely understand after an experience like that, not wanting to, keep doing that. I mean, we could still definitely use a crew. But if your days of delving into potentially abandoned hordes is over, I'd get that.
So
just like hire new people and force them to go back out and hit the other ones.
you have also already hired the new people.
Yeah, the original crew.
Well, no, I mean the Orugs. Yeah, the original. Yeah, that's what you meant by the original crew. Okay.
Wait. Oh, have the Urgs not joined them yet? No, they
No, because
haven't.
they just
right?
got back.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Look, we've been up and down Undermountain so many times that like Undermountain is starting to blend for me. It's bad.
You don't know which way is up.
I don't remember which trip is which. Like, I know that
make
the
a wisdom
most
save.
recent one was Otto.
What?
What can we? What?
Beck, make a wisdom save.
Ooh.
No, you still long for the mountains. You still yearn for the mines.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess yeah. He'd say that. He'd say what he said, but then he'd say, we did find some gentlemen that were originally crew to the ship prior to y'all's employment. They're a hardy bunch of space is not the word. Was it Sea of Night?
Yeah, Sea of Night.
Sea of Night Farron orcs. Sorry, Uruks. And I mean, they handle themselves pretty well in combat. So if you still wanted to hit the hordes, maybe stick to the smaller ones, but on the off chance something like that happens again, at least you got some more muscle. It's up to y'all.
To avoid doing 8 different people. Yeah, it seems like the general consensus is they want a break, but they want to continue being on the crew.
I mean,
Like,
we should
they want a
probably let
couple days
the ship
Sure.
finish.
Oh
in
yeah,
dry
yeah,
dock
yeah. No, well,
before we send them out.
yeah. Morgan's like, and he would probably realize it too and be like, oh yeah, and by the way, with these new people, like I'm not sending y'all out right away. No, shore leave and all that, definitely. Shore, does that even work? The ship flies.
Yeah,
Land leave. Yeah, land leave.
It's called shore leave.
We'll call it. Yeah. What? I don't know. What's an appropriate amount of time? Should I just give them 10 day?
Well, the ship needs to finish in dry dock because it still has half the squid stuff on it.
Yeah, you only removed one of the tentacles. Or the upper set of tentacles.
How long did that take last time?
It's complicated
I think
because the dry dock was.
Oh yeah, there was an attack on the dry dock.
Yeah, there was an attack. Yeah.
You think to finish? Well, actually, yeah, to finish that, you think would be between a 10-day and 2 10-day, somewhere in there. But they would. There was something else. After we escaped from that lair, and we're on our way back, we did have a brushed up with a flight of young dragons as well.
Oh. Had they not previously called this in?
I don't think they mentioned it.
It wasn't too bad, but the ship did take a bit of damage in the fight.
Okay,
So yeah, it's definitely gonna need to spend some time to try out.
So like a 3 to a month.
Well, three is exactly a month.
Oh yeah, sorry. So like 3 to 4 10-day, you figure? Probably.
Yeah,
to get everything
yeah,
else.
somewhere in there. Yeah.
Honestly, just give them a 4-10 day.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So Morgan will just say, all right. So I guess we'll give it say 4 10-day. Once you've all recuperated and
Like it's been time
repairs have been made. Yeah, and you guys can get to know the new members of your crew, and then after that, if you're good to go, head back out again and make yourself some money. Which I guess at that point he would say, speaking of, because
They get to stay here for 3 holidays.
because what?
It's not a
how do
paid
we
vacation
decide?
though.
Let's see here. Well, how do we decide that we were gonna? How much did they even get? I don't know how much they got. Did they say? No, they didn't, right?
No, but we split it on a percentage. Like we get an amount. I think.
So they get an extra hazard amount for this time.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. Morgan's concern in the money would be the immediate thing of Rebecca's not here right now. He has no cash, and he needs to.
And the bag of holding's gone.
And that's right. Yeah, you took the fuck. See,
Well, the bag of holding is currently has a dragon's horde in it.
Yeah.
Fairy dragon, but a dragon's horde nonetheless.
Yeah, so he needs some money to pay the people to fix the ship, unless these guys took from what they found to do that already. But if not, whatever, he could do that. So pay to fix the ship, and pay for the bar fixing, and probably to restock whatever he lost that he wasn't able to purify on the top floor, because I think we had already knee-jerk said that we dumped that. Or if we didn't, then I'd say he would just spend tomorrow purifying the rest of that stuff with Oren if he can.
Yeah, so you already put in the order for the furniture. And they agreed to let you pay when they delivered.
Yeah,
So that'll be in a couple days. There wasn't much damage to other stuff in the bar, other beyond the furniture. There was like the dagger holes in the bar, but Rebecca mended those. And yeah, I don't think y'all dumped the stuff up top yet, so you and Oirin could spend another 11 minutes or whatever it is to fix that.
Look at that. Well, oh, it's within a 5-foot radius. Okay, so we didn't have to do one at a time. Okay, cool.
You didn't have to do one at a time. It did probably take a few castings, unless you wanted to. It either took a few castings or moving the stuff. Either way, it took about the same amount of time, since you were doing it as a ritual.
Yeah, I likely would have just done the multiple castings instead of moving stuff, so that like it's still where it needs to be. So it's like purified now, back in business.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. Your main money thing right now would be paying for the ship, and if you're paying them immediately,
Well, yeah,
which
I mean,
they have whatever they salvaged on the
they can
ship.
take the money out of the hoard that they need.
yeah, but I mean, like, I imagine I have to go down to the dry dock to pay for the repairs, so I might as well just. So here's what I'll do. He'll get them drinks. He'll feed them, and then take a walk with them down to the dock. Just to, I guess, kind of like expedite this a little bit. Walk with them down to the dock. Pay them with their bonus for hazard out of what they found, and then take whatever percentage would be for the uniques, and then from that percentage pay to repair, and then put aside the money for when the furniture gets delivered, and then help Warren finish purifying the other stuff, and then that's what he's doing for basically the next like 2 days.
Okay, and then so the only question I have about that is for when you are giving out the money to the crew, like their share. Would y'all? This is up for how you run your ship empire. Would you have them give the deceased shares like to the family,
Ooh.
or does that just go in the unique's pocket?
No, I think that much like how they used to do for sailors, that there would be something that would go to the family. Yeah, I think that those that died, their share would go to their family.
Were I not good, I'd say a reduced share because they fucked up. But
No,
I am
God,
good.
no, you're awful.
Were I good, and I am, Yeah, they get the full share.
if anything, like let's just say for example, right, like because I don't know what the actual percentage is going to look like here, but let's just say for example, like they would have gotten all 50 gold apiece, right? Even though like that doesn't sound like a lot to an adventurer, that's a lot to regular folk. And then with the hazard, let's say it would be 75. Morgan would likely be like, "Hey, since they died and this is going to their family, would you all be amicable?" Well, actually, no. He would just take it out of our part, not theirs. He would like maybe be like, "Okay, 80 to them because."
And then if they're feeling generous, they can donate more to the families.
Yeah. Maybe something like that. Be like, "Hey, if you're willing, we're gonna put in from our portion towards their families. If you guys want to too, just to maybe ease their suffering a little bit." And then yeah. I have no idea how much money these guys found. So
Also, I asked them to tell you that I'm running late, and they haven't yet.
they haven't yet.
Oh, you 100% did, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, and this would be when you're still at the bar. Would you? I don't think you've told them like a title to call y'all or anything, so they'd just be like, and Rebecca said to let you know she's running late.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that explains why I haven't seen her. Thought she would have been back by now. Okay. All right.
I said I
but yeah,
had to
you
turn back to Daggerford after there was an attack, and I'm setting out again on the next day, so it would be today.
Yeah, they'd tell you all that. That Rebecca was under attack, and trying again tomorrow or today.
Okay. I mean, if she's trying again, she survived, so it probably wasn't too serious.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I know you said to expedite it, but I know you said to expedite it, but I do have to ask: are you preparing like a full meal, which would satisfy the thing for your idiot sandwich?
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead and make me a cooking check.
Utensils. No!
It's better than an average cook, but
Oh.
Chef Ramsay's not happy.
I think I
Oh,
lost
no.
the bread.
The first food check. Let me roll something.
Oh no.
Chef Ramsay show mercy? I don't think he does.
I wanted to use my idiot sandwich. I think I just
Dylan.
lost it.
You take 59 psychic damage
Oh my god!
as you feel your mind being face palmed. And you hear in your head, "That's your 1 second chance."
Yes, chef. Understood, chef. I'm sorry. And then he's just like, he's almost like crying, like, while he's cooking. And he doesn't even, like, necessarily know if Chef Ramsay can hear him. And he just goes, I know it's not an excuse, but I've been through a lot lately, alright? I'm trying my best here.
There's no response. The last cooking check you made was a nat 20, and that's why you got the sandwich.
Oh my god. I've been having pretty decent rolls thus far, so I figured I was due for something like that. Oh man.
Um, yeah, so you make an slightly above average meal. Uh, the meal salted with your own tears, apparently.
Yeah.
You go down there. Okay, so after paying out, uh, math. After paying out and paying for the new repairs because the remodeling, the removing the tentacles is already paid for from the previous time. And then giving out the extra gold that you said you were going to give from y'all's share to the families of the deceased. Y'all, the uniques end up with 860 gold.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. And I think 100 of that has to go towards furniture.
Yes. Yeah, it would. But yeah, you get done with that. Then you go back and Oiron's already purified the drinks behind the bar. Cutting back over to Rebecca. Beck, could you roll me another D100?
Oh boy. Another natural one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
20 frost giants.
What is Otto's passive perception? Probably not good. Do you have proficiency in perception? He does. Still only a 14. Rebecca, you hear a high-pitched scream to the north.
Oh, not again. I start making my way that way.
And not like feminine high-pitched, like child high-pitched.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. A bit more than a jog, full on run.
Okay. Rebecca, you run north, like we'll say 5 minutes of running. Otto flying along beside you. You crest an embankment of snow, and yeah, ahead you see where there's a large boulder sticking out of the snow, still snow covered, but like where you can see part of the stone. And on top of that, there would be what appears to be a family of 5. Like huddled together, trying to stay as close to the center of the boulder as possible. And you would also see weird snowbanks scattered around the area.
Fuck. Guess I'm not making it to Croms Hold today!
You are now closer to Croms Hold than to Daggerford.
Do I see what's attacking them? Or...
Not at a quick glance.
How far away am I from the family of 5?
I'd say you're about 100 feet. However, at this point, you feel a vibration under your feet.
Not again.
And something bursts out. It's unseen. I imagine a 33 hits.
You imagine a 33 hits? Yes!
Rebecca.
It's almost double my AC.
Rebecca, you take 22 points of piercing damage and 13 cold damage.
Cold damage?
Yes. As, Can I jump scare something that isn't on the same map as you? Let's find out. Did that jump scare?
Nope.
Unfortunate. Okay, let's
At least it's not
move you over
Murmurates,
here.
man. Oh god! This is worse!
And I need a dexterity saving throw. Okay, you managed to get out of the way enough that the thing doesn't swallow you. So you would be, like, here, because you just dodged out of the way. And where's Otto? There's Otto. Yes. Give me a initiative roll.
Oh no.
Otto. Otto rolls a nat 1 on initiative. Very good.
Oh no.
The thing looks around and seemingly only notices you. And it lets out... No. It's gonna try to bite you again. No longer at advantage, though. The first one's a nat 1. And the second one is a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Rebecca, you take low damage. You take 12 piercing.
Okay.
And 7 cold. It rolled minimum piercing.
The fact that 12
And
piercing
any
is
dex-
minimum is
Yeah. What do you say? as Rebecca, you go into this thing's gullet. Rebecca!
I am not dealing with this today.
Oh wait, a creature. Oh no, you take the damage at the start of the worm's turn, so you do not take damage for being inside of this thing.
Am I restrained?
You are a small creature is blinded and restrained. Oh, and you are touching it. You are touching the worm, so I guess you do take damage. You take 9 points of cold damage from the worm.
Alright, so I'm restrained. I will bonus action steady aim.
Okay.
And this, it will say Eldritch Blast, but I'm using Plane Shift. I'm sending this thing straight to hell. Shit.
Okay. You're not able to get purchase. You're not able to move your hand enough in this restrained position.
Does that use the spell? In this case, I feel like it does, but also it doesn't make sense. Because I didn't manage to grab it.
All right, we'll do a luck roll, Beck. Roll me a d20 and then roll me a second d20. If the second one is higher, then I think it uses it.
Fuck.
Auto. I guess auto. Yeah. Yeah. Auto. Retreat to within range. That question. What happens if you polymorph something that has a creature inside of it?
The creature would be shunted to the closest space if the larger creature, if the creature that is polymorphed is not the same size.
Okay. Auto attempts to polymorph this thing. So it makes a wisdom save. What's Auto's DC? It's charisma, so 8 plus proficiency plus charisma. Auto polymorphs the worm. He polymorphs it into realistically a rabbit or something, but I don't have a rabbit handy, so a fire beetle again, like he did to the drow.
Yo, fire beetle, let's go.
So what? You're shunted,
Yeah.
Rebecca? Beck? Okay.
To the nearest safe space.
Yeah. So you're shunted to there. And Otto is concentrating on that. The worm repeats the save on its turn, I think. Let me take it off of GM layer just so it will stay in the turn order. So that works. At the end of its turn, no, it doesn't repeat the save, does it?
No, I think it's just stuck that way.
Yeah, I think it's just stuck that way. So the giant fire beetle will be confused and try to bite you, Rebecca.
Well, it's a rabbit.
I don't have a rabbit in my compendium. Oh, I have a hare. And it's a snowy hare, so we'll do that.
The angry bunny.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently a hare has no attacks, which is stupid. It's gonna make an unarmed strike.
I mean, it's not the killer rabbit from Monty Python.
Yeah, but I mean, rabbits have big teeth. I feel like a rabbit could have a weak bite.
Probably just do 1 damage.
It doesn't matter. It rolled a 2 for the attack anyway. It will, yeah, stand its ground, Rebecca.
I'll look at the family and shout, was there only one or was there others?
I don't know. They kept popping up whenever movement would happen. 2 other groups were already swallowed.
Fuck. Well, considering how this thing, others weren't forced out of it when it was polymorph, there's probably others. So I'm going to hold out my arm for auto and be ready to dimension door when he's touching me over to where the family is, leaving the rabbit.
Okay.
Damn, I really wanted to send this thing to hell.
Actually, wait, let me read the wording of polymorph for something real quick. There's a creature. New form can be any beast whose genre. It doesn't say that. It's interesting because we've never actually had that come into play. Polymorph doesn't say that the stuff you're wearing melds into the new form. So technically the angel should have dropped his armor. So yeah, there would be a few piles of bones.
The target's gear
that also
melds into the new form.
Does it? Where does it say that?
At the
Talking
very
about
bottom.
Uriel?
The target's gear melds into the new form. The creature can't
Oh,
activate
the target's
wield or
gear
override.
melds into the new form. Yeah.
I
Okay.
was gonna say the only thing that would have dropped would have been his hammer. He doesn't wear armor.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd say nah. I'll still do it. There would be no, there wouldn't be corpses because it would melt into the new form if there were any. Yeah.
If it was if it's an object, it melds into it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they presumably already dead. Yeah, so you auto flies over your held action to activate your cloak to dimension door to the family.
Yep.
Which is really 100 feet away, but we'll use this boulder over here. The rabbit double dashes towards you. Which, if you moved 100 feet, it's now 40 feet away.
Okay. How many adults are in this group?
There'd be 2 adults
2 adults
and 3 children.
3 children. Right, that works. I cast fly on myself and the 2 adults.
Okay.
All right, we can fly for 10 minutes. Grab a kid and follow me.
Okay. Which way do you fly?
Croms Hold. It's closest.
Okay. Okay. 10 minutes. Yeah, you make it quite a ways away. So we'll move off of that map.
Fucking hell.
Running was the correct option.
What the fuck was that thing?
It's a frost worm.
Frost. I'm guessing it's worse than the river, right? Oh, yeah. It's way worse.
I think it's just a northern version of a purple worm.
Yeah. In 5th edition, they come from the Exandria book. But they were in Forgotten Realms in 3rd edition.
Oh, yeah. Nice little cross.
Morgan, you are taking care of the Unique's business in Waterdeep. Along with losing your family members, you also lost the bookkeeper of Troll Skull Manor and the will to live.
Yeah, that too. Great. Now Morgan has to manage finances. He's fucking awful at that.
Well, not really that, but y'all talked about starting doing like feasts and the like. I know you were closed for a couple days, but what better time to start planning? There is a holiday coming up in 8 days. It's the next Waterdavian holiday, which would be Fey Day.
Yo, Payday?
Yes. Which Fey Day is on the it's the spring equinox.
Back in my Fey days, Sonny, we did things different. We didn't allow no orcs in Waterdeep. They lived in the fields outside of the fucking cave.
No, they could live in the field ward. Which I think we had talked about this one before, but it's the general stuff in Waterdeep for it is like masquerades and going around in costumes and the like. It's the day that it's the day of the weakening of the veil between the prime material plane and the Feywild.
Oh. What a neat little holiday.
But then at the week after that the entire 10-day after that is also a different holiday. Fleet's Week.
Fleet Week? Oh, does the whole Water Davian Navy just kind of like occupy the bay, and then like they have a parade with all of the ships?
I mean, kind of. Festival was dedicated to the sea itself as well as maritime trade. Special respect was paid to all deities of Faerun associated with the sea, navigation, and weather. Primary deity would be Umberly. But there's like boat races and boat parades, and then there's parties and stuff.
Nice.
Lots of seafood.
As it should be.
But if y'all would, if the manor would be doing anything for the holidays.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And yeah, I guess he'd have to put his head together with Cunk and Morgan to figure something out for that.
Oh, and then the entire 10-day after that is a holiday too.
Damn.
Waterdeep likes its holidays.
It's like Baldur's Gate likes its never-ending crises.
I think you can just say Toril.
No, it's just the Sword Coast.
And it always seems like more of them happen centered on Baldur's Gate than they do on Waterdeep. Like Waterdeep's got shenanigans, but
Okay. And then for the... Okay, Rebecca, so you make it quite a ways down the road. Making sure to tell everyone with enough warning to set down so as to not fall out of the sky.
Yep.
Thank you. But what was that? I've never heard of anything like that around here.
Neither have I, but apparently some weird portal activity has been going on up north, and creatures have been... Arctic creatures have been finding their way down here for some reason. Some local druids to the Arctic. They're trying to figure it out. Encountered some yesterday, but was not expecting to fight something like that.
I've heard stories of giant underground worms, but this seemed different from what I was told of, at least.
Yeah, it seemed to be like a frost version of a purple worm. Where were you headed?
We were making our way up to Daggerford and hopefully after that to Waterdeep.
Well, I can get you to Waterdeep, but we have to stop at Croms Hold first, which isn't too far.
Okay.
I would recommend that we keep flying, though, just in case there's more burrowing creatures. So I'll cast Fly again on the three of us.
Okay. Yeah, so you cut off another good chunk of the journey. Not being slowed down by the snow. How many more times would you be able to cast fly?
I can do it another 2 more times.
Okay. If you want to use all of them, I'd say you could get to where you're about an hour's walk left to Croms Hold.
That's probably for the best. And then I'll have
Okay.
to have a short rest to teleport to Waterdeep.
Okay.
You find out something even worse.
Give me one more D100 roll for the final leg. 94.
Zombie T-Rex.
Ancient white dragon.
Great Worm. White Great Worm.
Yeah.
Um, as you are flying, you keeping an eye out. I'd say this would be early in your final flight. You would see to the north. We'll say that there's like a break in the snow, and this is like almost a mile away, probably. But you see giant humanoid-looking shapes that seem to be in battle with what at first looks like it's a bear from here, and then morphs into a regular-sized humanoid.
Oh, druids fighting ice giants. Can't help them. I'm escorting a family. Plus, it's a mile away.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you set down, and what you originally thought would be like an hour ends up taking, about like an hour and a half because of the kids. But you end up making it to Croms Hold without any further incidents.
All right. You can check on the place
Um,
while I. Yeah, you're welcome inside. I own the place. Well, I'm one of the owners. I'm here to kind of drop off a little resident. Kind of shrug my shoulder if Otto's on it.
Okay. I'd say he'd probably been like flying alongside y'all. No, because you have 60-foot fly. What's his fly speed? Probably not 60. So yeah, he'd have been on your shoulder. It is 60. No, he was keeping up. Chattering the entire time, but no one could understand him. But yeah, you see that repairs well underway. Not that it was like destroyed, but there was some parts that were run down when you were here previously.
It was disrepaired.
Yeah, it was in disrepair. You would notice that the pathways between like the barracks and the main tower, and the other outbuildings are being kept clear of snow.
All right, I guess I'll look for. Well, I guess I'll follow Otto to a place where he wants his horde, and explain to the steward what's going on, and then take our rest to get my spell slots back, and then ask the family to blindfold themselves because I'm not supposed to take random people into the Harper place.
Yeah, I'd say like there's a bit of hesitation because I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah,
But you saved
I
them.
will like flash my Harper pin just in case any of them are Harpers. The two of them are one of the two of them are Harpers, but I'll say for the good of the realms, I am not supposed to show anyone this place. But it won't be long. It'll be like 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you saved them. They go along with it. And I'll say you set up Otto like in the top area of the tower. And
I grow tired of this mortal coil.
you leave the stuff of his hoard. But yeah, and then you teleport the family and yourself to Harper's, which it'd be mid-afternoon. The flight saved you a good bit of time. Back over to Morgan.
Cunk and I are in the middle of a high stakes poker game. No.
Yeah. Cunk, Oirin, Morgan, and Ias and Garnuk are all playing are all in the middle of a game of Symbian Hold'em.
Let's go.
When Rebecca, you walk in the door.
Oh, hey. Well,
Oh, hey.
Some hit die.
Welcome back.
Morgan, you notice that Rebecca is bloody and there are giant teeth marks in her armor. Rebecca, you notice that Morgan has a fat lip and is missing part of his ear.
What the fuck happened to you?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Well, actually, first I was going to ask you if you wanted to be dealt in on the next hand, but...
Of course.
Okay.
I'm actually proficient in playing cards, so...
Also, Morgan is holding his head because he still has a throbbing headache from 59 psychic damage.
Yeah, he is. It's probably making his tells, like, super obvious. Yeah, he just goes, you first. Mine's probably not nearly as interesting.
Well, first, yesterday was attacked by a few snow golems. And then later, saved a bunch of villagers from two remoras, which don't belong here. They're from the Arctic, so yeah, there's some portal chaos going on up north where Arctic creatures are coming down here for some reason. I'm gonna talk to Elminster, see if he can figure that out. But I need to play some cards. And then today I was attacked by, I don't know, a frost version of a purple worm.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I tried to banish it to Bator, but I fucked up. So Otto turned it into a rabbit, and then I flew a family of 5 to Croms Hold, and then set Otto up, and then teleported here with the family. And they're off in the city doing their own thing because they were coming here.
You made sure to take everything from the horde out of the bag of holding, right?
Yeah, I tossed in the bag of.
Oh, yeah, let's just take that back. Yeah, I don't want
happened
to
to
go
you?
rooting around in there and pull out a stuffed animal or something missing an eyeball. I went and had a talk with Big John. On the way down there, I made a real stupid mistake of going through Three Daggers Alley and paid the price.
Look at his ear. I'm just gonna inside check it.
Oh,
I think I believe him.
Yeah, I mean, looks like it was caused by a dagger.
You know, you've spent more time in this city than I have. I would have thought that you'd be smarter than that.
He's like still just kind of holding his head, and he's like, I'm not going to pretend like you didn't go through things too. I'm not going to make it all about me, because it's not all about me. But I have not been thinking well at all lately.
What happened to your lip, too? That wouldn't be explained by a dagger. Were you in a fight?
Yeah.
Oh. Look, Aunt Stella, she's alive, right? You don't have to revert to how you were when you first lost her. And plus, you got me now. And Cunk, I suppose. But we'll get them back.
And Kunk says, "No, I got him," and he puts down a full house.
God damn it!
Not full house. I'm sorry, a royal flush.
Fucking. He's been doing this all day.
I look over Morgan's shoulder, see he just has a pair of twos.
No, he has aces and eights.
Oh,
Oh
doesn't even
no!
have a pair.
Oh
Just has
God!
a high card.
No, aces and eights is a full house.
Oh,
It's the dead man's hand.
I see.
Yeah. That is. Oh boy.
That's shit luck.
He would. Yeah, it is. He. If it's any consolation, no, I'm not reverting back to how I was before. But when you talk to people like that, sometimes things get a little ugly. I mean, John and I are still good, but yeah. Fucking head is killing me.
Is that also related to what happened?
No. And he kind of like hangs his head a little bit, and he's like, I made an awful meal, and Chef Ramsay was not happy.
Well, don't make a bad meal.
Sometimes it's not as easy as that,
Just
okay?
don't.
It's not that simple.
Don't fuck up next time. Yeah, I'll be Dilton.
And I would say, while we play cards, he would fill you in that the crew came back,
Okay, then let me know they're almost back.
what the situation was with how much money we made, which
That's gonna have to go to repairs.
yeah, that they're supposed to be delivering the furniture tomorrow, and that's going to cost 100. So the remaining would be 760 to split between the three of us. Which I figured because the bar makes all of us money. So
What about the ship?
I think the 860 was after I paid for the repairs to the ship, not counting the
Yes.
cosmetic. Yeah, so
Yeah, I think we paid for the cosmetic up front, so it
yeah,
just
so he'd say that was
paused.
handled.
Okay. So 750 each.
No. 750 total is
Oh, okay.
750 or no 760.
760.
Yeah, 760 would be the total. So 760 divided by 3.
Uh,
253.33.
well, actually, it'd be divided by 2 because Oren is not an owner. Kunk is not an owner of Queasy.
Oh,
Zarin is legally an owner.
Yeah, but Zaren's not here.
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't want to put money aside for Zarin, okay. You know what? I'm actually okay with this. Surprisingly, okay. So both of us get 380. Welcome, Morgan.
Hello.
Morehead.
So I'm gonna.
Actually, was Oren a owner of? Was of Troskull?
I don't think
Was
not
he
the
with
ship.
us for? No, he was He was with
No, he
us
was
on
not.
the way down, but he turned back.
He left after y'all fought the drow
Yeah.
the first time.
All right, I'm just gonna take out the 100. So yeah, yeah, I just have 380 gold on my sheet. All right. And I'll say he just has like a little pouch with the 100 gold for tomorrow's payment, like ready to go.
And I will say, of those holidays, because I forgot to say it earlier, the Joaquin Tide one would be the one that y'all are expected to stay open late and give some kind of promotions to customers during. Like, that is what businesses do.
We literally were just attacked, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean, it's this
Like-
festival of Joaquin, the commerce deity.
yeah, which I guess after settling up with the money, Morgan would just say, yeah. So we got a couple of holidays coming up, and we're gonna have to figure out, what we're gonna do with promotions, feasts, or similar events. Should have a good chance within the next month and was it a month or is it in the next month and a 10-day to make a fair bit of money.
So all of that. So today's the 11th of chess. So the next, it's basically the next month. I mean, you have a few days before it starts, but then once the holiday season starts, there's, it's just over 10 days of holidays between those three.
Okay. Yeah, so Morgan's like, we're going to be real busy.
Well, we should probably hire a temporary bookkeeper to cover Lauret's job while she's kind of kidnapped.
Yeah.
And then Chess 25th is when is the next council meeting, which the next council meeting is in El Toro.
That's how many 10-day away?
Today is the 11th. So the 25th would be about a 10-day and a half. You have 14 days.
Did we have any other immediate things that we had to do?
Our family.
No. I know, but we don't have any leads.
Oh, we gotta fucking take the dragons to
To Kalue?
Oh yeah, that too, Kalue, And
Because she said that she was willing to try
yeah,
last
we'll
time
try
I
that,
visited
and
her.
then cross verify with the Lord of Justice at the former Lord of Justice at
Metallic Dragon Con?
well, no, he's not at Metallic Dragon Con. He's not Croms Hold. Fuck the Dwarf Kingdom.
Yeah, the
Oh.
multiple dwarf kingdoms. He's up at. I think y'all centered it around like Citadel Adbar.
Oh, yeah, around Adbar Silvery Moon area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We can go talk to
we...
him, and
Do we have a circle to either Silvery... We have one to Silvery Moon, right? Or am I thinking of the other group that's back now?
we don't even
You're
have a
thinking of the
circle
other
to
group.
Silvery Moon with the other group.
Yeah, you have the portal from Sigil to Silvery Moon,
We were trying to get a
Okay.
circle,
and vice
but
versa.
Elminster took it from us.
It's because this group's going to ask him for it, and then something's going to happen when we go there, and then he'll regret that decision to not give it to the Vecna group. Yep.
But
Can't believe that Morgan is the reason that the moon bridge is invisible.
Yeah, it was it was visible during our time.
But yeah, we'll need a teleportation circle to Mithril Hall. That's the place.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Don't think that's going to be easy. And then also one to El Terrell, or did they say that they already like had that prepared or given to us for?
we could probably
need to
get
be
one
down
for
there.
El Terrell easily.
That should be no issue.
To
Because like
prioritize.
Or at the very least, you can hitch a ride, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be like, yeah, Elminster, can we come with you?
The Minster.
We're gonna tag along.
He cast the spell, but like we still end up in the fucking Hall of Ideals.
Oh god.
And he's like, "What is
Please
this
no.
place?" And we have to explain to Elminster what this place is.
You're telling me Elminster doesn't
think
know what it
Elminster
is?
doesn't know?
No, I'm sure he knows. Wait, he's been there at least once, but he's probably forgotten.
You think Elminster is immune to the memory alteration effects of the Realm of Ideals?
I mean, if he was immune, he probably would have confronted us for the changes we've made. It's like, don't fuck around with the plane of ideals. What are you doing?
I mean, to be fair, all we really did was every dwarven bartender is my friend. My
All
ass
bears are a
shape.
little mad with me.
Yeah, all bears are mad with you, which I think he'd find funny. My ass shape in all couches, he'd also probably find funny. And I mean, to be fair, I don't think Zarin really did anything specific
All
with
dogs
dog
are very friendly with him.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. So that's not world-shattering stuff there. Those are very minor changes.
I mean, Morgan almost broke every table in the universe.
Though we don't know that we changed the chair shape. We suspect we did because we forgot about it.
Right, yeah. It's just always been that way. It's always been the perfect shape for my ass.
Only couches.
Yeah, only couches.
Not all chairs. You'd have to find the ideal seat, and then you can change everything.
That's too much power. But yeah, I guess in the days before the holidays start, we should plan what events we want to do, and if we got to put extra money into that. And then I'd say we don't necessarily have to be at the bar for every event / holiday, so that we can very quickly do what we need to do with the Dragonborn, and then hopefully during that time a lead will turn up.
Oh, we
And-
also need to hire some guards.
Yeah.
see if some of my friends could put me in touch with with a group, a trustworthy group.
Yep, totally.
I'm going to kill you.
Look, this was all above board talk.
Okay. So yeah, you'll have options for ways of, if y'all want to do custom celebrations or something, or there is like the feast or dance night or oh no, you don't have a dance floor. Let me look at the list. Beer festival. Smuggling doesn't matter for this. Banquet. Feast. I think that's all the relevant options for the default things. Beer festival, banquet, and feast. But then if y'all just want to come up with something you want to do for any of them.
I mean, I don't know anything specific. I just know we should do something. We'll do like
I mean,
stuff.
so like for Fleet Week, we should totally try to have, like, I don't know, maybe like maritime inspired cocktails, and then like maybe like a seafood feast.
Would you like a special seafood menu for the week?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea for that. For the commerce one, I don't know what would necessarily fit a god of commerce, like, theme wise, for like a banquet slash feast. But I mean, like, you already said that, like, we're expected to stay open later, and
Yes. So one of the nights of that is called Golden Night, which is the 5th. And that would be the day you're expected to stay open late and have some kind of promotions.
so
So it's
like
not like you have to run.
like a buy one get one, or like a happy hour.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you did a happy hour for, the extra time that you're open or whatever.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And then I'm just double checking the rest, because the other days are like,
I'd say half off drinks and apps, except for Top Shelf, because half off Top Shelf would be insane. But Golden Night do, yeah, half off drinks and apps for the extra hours that we're open. Seafood feast for the Umberly thing. Maybe even potentially, I don't know. You said there's gonna be like little races and stuff. I mean, would Cunk? I know he's a fisherman, but I mean he's no stranger to the sea. Would he be interested in maybe like doing a little boat thing, like maybe entering one of the races?
Possibly.
Yeah, have some representation for Troll Skull, if we're able to, and
yeah,
and then whatever that other holiday is just before it, the Fey one.
Day.
That one, I wonder if we should do like a banquet, but have it be like masquerade themed to fit with what you said they do with the holiday of people wearing costumes, because it's effectively like the spring version of Halloween, right?
Maybe we could get permission from the city to like fly the ship around above Waterdeep on a fleet day and like give rides to people.
Ooh. You know, that's
I think that might be
well.
a great idea in future years when after you have the tentacles removed.
Oh yeah, we probably should wait for that to be done.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing because Morgan would have told you that basically like they're on shore leave for like the next 4 weeks to recuperate
Oh, that's fine.
after everything that's happened. So, not that we couldn't fly it ourselves. It's not like we're going into like combat, but yeah, there's also still a
I mean,
tentacle
I am
on
the
it,
best
so.
pilot for it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you really wanted to do it, we could. I mean, but to be fair, probably not a great idea this time around. Maybe next year.
Clearly, you go and recruit Elminster to pilot it.
Oh my!
Damn,
That thing would be zipping.
it'd be such a bow wake on it. Oh my god.
It would like break the sound barrier.
What does he be go to Baldur's Gate it back? What does he be doing again?
When you go, you're going wild space speed, well, in atmosphere with fucking Elminster. What the hell? Yo, Ellie, want to fly a Spelljammer?
But then after that, you have the month break before the next holiday. Okay. So yeah, y'all make some plans. You said you're gonna hire someone to a temporary bookkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're not good with numbers. I'm not really a numbers guy, you know.
Yeah. I feel like that is a skilled position. But the cost of that gets factored into what the business makes that week. So y'all don't pay anything. That comes out of the business fund.
Yay.
Which technically you could pay the 100 gold for the furniture out of the business fund if you want as well.
Probably don't burn that as much money through that as we as fuck. We probably shouldn't go through more money through that than we have to.
Okay. All right. Then that poker is played for a while. There's 3 dragon ante, and the rest of the night passes. Do y'all have anything? What else would y'all be doing? Like you hire someone the next day and get all that set up.
I want to go
And
talk to Elminster about the portal stuff happening to the south. Because he's the only person I know who could possibly fix that, but it's probably outside his jurisdiction, so maybe he knows someone who can.
Okay. Well, would anyone else have business in town
No.
before y'all start planning on setting out for other locations? Okay. Yeah. Rebecca, you easy enough. Go and get an appointment with Elminster. You have to wait like a good 30 minutes, but then you get to see him.
Yeah, I'll tell him about the stuff the druids told me. Uh, that probably should be fixed up. I'm not able to do anything about it. I don't know if you'd be able to do anything about it because it's probably outside your jurisdiction, but it probably should be fixed sooner rather than later.
I'd heard some reports of that, but it sounds like it's more dire than I thought. I have some people I can reach out to see about remedying it.
That's good because I almost got eaten by a worm. That was not fun.
Yeah, so would you have described the different stuff that you had seen come through?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what the druids told me. So like so like ice giants are coming through. Other stuff that are native to like. I was going to say Isocross. No, native to like the Sea of Flowing Ice
Yeah.
and
The Frozen Fire.
yeah.
Frostworms are... Most everything else you said is from Icewind Dale.
They're frost.
Frostworms aren't.
Where are they from? I would have assumed that they're from the north.
A few mountain ranges. The Galena Mountains, the Thunder Peaks.
The spine of the
Couple other-
world.
Couple other planes. Not the spine of the world, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
I choose not. Yeah. Mostly in... But... see what can be done about getting those portals closed. Not always the easiest thing. Depending on how they were opened.
Yeah, and who did it? So
Do you and your group already have a way to Terrell
we don't actually.
next week?
We're also gonna need a way to Mithril Hall as well, but can figure that out sometime.
Well, I'll be going to El Terrell the day before the meeting. You're welcome to come along if you'd like.
Right. Hopefully, with you casting it, there's not a chance that we'll end up in the bloody plane of ideals.
Well, never say never.
Oh, you know about it. Of course you do.
What did you change when you were there?
First time we were there, not entirely sure because we ended up there a second time and forgot. Dogs really like Saren, apparently. All couches seem to always have an imprint of someone's ass, usually Morgan's. Dwarven bartenders really like us. And, oh no, I wouldn't know about the bear thing because I haven't encountered a bear yet.
No, you would know that the bears in a... Wait, was it bears that you all met in the cave? After the snowflakes?
That was before.
Oh,
right,
that was
but
ages
it's
ago.
always been the case
Oh, that's always
that
been...
bears didn't like you.
Yeah.
That was right. Loki.
So
wanted
you
to
know that
come
those
and then he
bears-
murdered it.
You know that those bears very much did not like you, and that's why you murdered them despite Loki's protest.
Bears don't seem to like me much for some reason. I don't know why, but that feels like that could have been something I did. I don't know, maybe I poked the bear or something. Sounds like something I'd do by accident.
Well, if you ever end up there again, try not to mess with things.
Well, I imagine the first time we didn't know where we were, and so we're trying to figure stuff out. So anything we changed was an accident. Second time, we also
Was the first time.
the second time also was the first time, so we didn't know we were there before. So we're trying to figure things out. I look at him. What have you changed?
I was smart enough not to mess with things.
Bullshit. Insight check from afar.
Let me pull up this sheet real quick. I forget what his charisma mod is.
Elminster's Deception 30. Okay.
Just for shits and giggles, I know I'm not there. I just want to see.
You implicitly believe him.
Look at that! The natural 20 on rolling dice and then fucking 12 on the inside.
Damn, Cunk did better than you.
I know.
Rebecca, you think he's telling the truth?
Okay. Well, I would say I will try to remember not to do it next time, but well, I'll probably forget.
You should keep notes on your person of strange places that mess with you.
You know, I never thought of that. But also that
And then when you end up somewhere weird, look and see if you've been there before.
will I remember that I'm keeping notes of strange places though?
If you keep notes of all strange places and not just the ones that definitely mess with your mind.
You know, yeah, you're right. I think I'll do that. Start doing that. I'll write down a list of all the strange places I've been. Undermountain, Plane of Ideals, the Galactic Bank Vault. I don't know.
Who are the Nine Gods?
Two of the Night Gods.
What else?
Space Bank.
The space place in the tower. Sunthal's tower. Space hallway.
Space Room.
Oh, the space room in the academy and
Space itself.
You've been to space a lot.
Yeah.
Might be it. But yeah, and then are you taking all of the supposed dragons to Kalue at once? Or are you just taking one?
I think it would make more sense that if she can do it, all of them.
So I feel like if we take all of them, there is a greater chance that, like, say she deems one of them worthy, the others might feel a bit self-conscious and start doubting themselves. So I think we should at least do it individually. So maybe like take them all, but like have them not together.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that, or we could just do them one at a time, yeah.
Yeah, probably just do them one at a time.
Okay.
Oh,
Um,
Unwater Deep.
on Waterdeep. That's a weird place.
Very weird place.
The arena. That's another weird place from your dreams.
Oh yeah, been to the Arena of Favor.
Mm-hmm. 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 Uh,
The test places for ascending layers on Mount Celestia.
the town with no name.
A town with no name. All right, here's what I got: Tomb of the Nine Gods, Space Bank, Space Room, Space, Plane of Ideals, Elminster's Office, Undermountain, Unwaterdeep, Arena of Favor, Test Area for Mount Celestia, Town with no name.
You fell off of the MC Escher stairs also in the
Oh, yeah.
academy, the Inomo.
Weird stairs.
Which were you the one that fell off of them?
I can't remember.
Someone fell off. And fell for a very long time.
I've been falling for 30 minutes!
Yeah. But yeah. So if no one else has stuff to do, y'all wait until night falls, saloon rises, or you have someone open the portal with a moon spell. And you go to the underground. Taking one of the dragons, and we will say this is the one that Loki and Chickenpox rescued.
Is he a dragonborn, half dragon, gold kobold?
He is a Aleutian human.
I thought that'd be dragon related. That's weird.
Which Aleutian is the people from like Icewind Dale and Sea of Moving Ice. But yeah, y'all take him into why can I not? Oh, because I didn't put the promenade in the Waterdeep folder.
How could you?
This time when you enter the room, which was through the portal in this corner again, there is no priestesses in the room currently. And the ceiling is once again the sky above Waterdeep.
Oh, is this because we didn't go at night? Or are we here at night? I'm stupid.
Yeah, y'all here at night.
Oh, okay.
There's just not someone in the room currently.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I'll I'll go look for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll say with the. What's his name?
What are the Aleutian names? No, Google, I did not say Italian.
I think he did.
Mario.
Mario, Luigi, Alfonso.
See, I don't know what Eskimo names are, and that's what they're based off of.
Inuit. Oh God. Atka. Akalak.
Yeah, we'll go with Atka.
Angie.
I like it.
If Inuit orange just means guardian spirit. Ooh, fitting.
Yeah, Atka. But yeah, Morgan, you go into the room with the stage, and yeah, we'll say that there's not like the high priestess or Kalue, but there would be two people in here as this guy's doing some kind of silent performance. It looks kind of like a mixture between a dance, but also uh some kind of silent comedy in Drow sign language.
Damn, one of the few things Morgan doesn't understand. Well, he doesn't want to interrupt, so he just kind of like comes over and he'll sit down and wait for the performance to finish before he talks to anybody.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, I
Yeah.
got tickets to a play.
So you spend about like 5 minutes or so. I finally found the Loic names. And it is in fact, it's not the same names that Beck read off, but they are very similar. They do not use surnames. But yeah, after you're not sure if he's like finished or if it's just like a intermission kind of thing. The priestess over here would turn to you. Morgan, right?
Yes.
Can I help you in some way?
Yes, I was looking for. All right, he can't say her name out loud, or no, he can't say Elminster out loud here. Or is it both? I always forget. I don't want to fuck up.
I don't think you actually know. You get stopped every time you say Helminster in front of Kalue.
But I haven't been stopped saying her name when I come here.
Correct.
Okay.
And we can't say her name on
I'm,
the surface, I believe.
I'm looking for Kalue. She said that she was maybe ready to try a ritual of some sort.
Okay, I believe. I believe I know where she is currently. I can go get her for you if you would like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not too busy, but if I don't know if this is an intermission or one of y'all is gonna perform next. But if that's the case, if you could just give me directions, I can go look for her.
All right. She should be in the. I believe she is in the Mushroom Gardens. If you go back to the main chamber, the door to your right, and then through the dining room.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And I'll
Plus-
just kind of get up and like give like a little bow and head back over that.
Okay.
Come up and open the door.
Get on the floor.
Everybody walk that down a sow. Yo, there she is.
She'd look over as you open the door.
Hi.
Hi. It appears you've been in a fight of some sort.
Yeah.
More so than normal.
Yeah, it's that and a bit of a head hurt. Chef Rams is not too happy with me. I made a really bad dish. It's this whole thing. I could have done better. We brought along what did you say his name was?
Attack.
Aku? No,
Atka.
Atka.
Atka. We brought along Atka to see if he is still worthy.
Very well. I'll go get the materials I'll need, and if you don't mind waiting in the main chamber.
All right. Go make his way. Come back in. All right, I found her. She's on her way. She's got to go get some stuff first.
That's all right.
It's funny. Morgan has brain bleed. I too have a bit of a headache. I'm gonna grab some Advil real quick. BRB.
So do you have any questions, Atko?
Take stuff. And what kind of a test did you say I'm coming here for?
It's complicated. I don't know how to put this into words. It's just a... It's just a checkup on you. Just to make sure you're doing fine. That's withholding the truth. So I think that's a deception check.
Yep.
32. Okay.
Okay. And we had to walk through a pool of water to a strange place for that?
Well, the person who can administer this checkup for you, it's an old spell that doesn't exist anymore. So she's the only person that we know who is able to administer this kind of checkup.
Oh. Powerful wizard of some sort.
Yes, and if you do overhear her name, highly recommend you do not speak it out loud above ground, because well, she likes her privacy. There's some people that she doesn't want to know that she's here yet.
We're not messing with the Zentarum, are we?
Oh,
I don't
heavens
want to.
no! Heavens no! You would, I greatly despise this term, honestly. This is these are good people, very good people. This is the promenade. They worship. Shit, what's her name?
Illustrate.
Illustrate. The only good drow goddess.
You brought me down to a drow temple? looks a little scared.
No. Drow, good drow, the only good drow. These are, if you're gonna meet, of any of the drow that you're gonna meet, these will be the nicest ones you'll ever meet. In fact, they won't even seem like a stereotypical drow, other than the fact that they'll look drow.
And it's still mostly a matron.
Yes, but that's just
Not as militant as the main drow, but but about that time she would walk in. It's the only Aluic token I have, I think. That might be Rashemi. It's close enough.
Sorry about that. I'm back. I had a Hatman moment.
And before I begin, did you speak with who we talked about what are the criteria there might be? Meaning the King of Justice.
Oh fuck! We were supposed to do that first.
I mean, so y'all decided to just do it as two separate things.
Oh, we were gonna,
but
maybe better we combine it. We were gonna go see him, like just kind of cross-reference. Like, if you determine yes, and then go talk to him, and if he says so, then that should be good enough. But if there's a discrepancy, we're gonna have to go on a little field trip.
Okay. I believe I've modified this to where it will do what you want. If you could please sit. And I'd say they'd walk over and sit. You successfully convinced them with your lying through your teeth.
What do they roll with their insight?
32. It doesn't matter what they rolled. They don't have a plus 12. They're human. They're like a standard human. I'd say they have proficiency in insight, but they're still a commoner for like proficiency
I have a
bonus.
+5 to charisma, and then I'm expert
Yeah.
in lying.
I think a commoner's proficiency bonus is a 2. So I'd say like at most they have a +3 to their insight. I'll roll for the heck of it. 9. Yeah, but then Kahlua would come up and start casting a spell, and it takes 10 minutes to cast a spell, and it is a touch spell.
I have to touch you for 11 minutes.
Yeah. She'd pull out like a... It's a candle that is platinum colored. And it has a sheen to it like metal would. But it does in fact burn like a candle.
Does the color
And she uses a
platinum seem to invoke anything in Attica? Like, is there like a spark of recognition or anything?
make an insight check.
Damn, I was max.
The same kind of recognition, like the same kind of reaction you would expect from someone seeing a platinum coin that is
Ooh.
just a commoner. Like, ooh, I know what that is. That's fancy metal. That's the expensive stuff. I mean, it's no Harbor Moon. Since they're oh no, he's not Water Davian. Yeah. People know platinum. What is it like? A Million Ways to Die in the West. I saw a dollar bill once. It's a whole dollar. Take your hat off. Show some respect. But she burns the candle, and as the wax it is like melting down the side, she uses that to draw some, as if she's drawing some kind of mark on him. Though it doesn't burn. And you see her drawing with the wax, but it doesn't leave it behind on him somehow. He is willing, so double check how this works. Okay, he is successfully yes, he is successfully cursed. Do you feel any different? Any weakness or anything like that? I don't think so. Just strange with the chanting and the fancy wax. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. I believe it, as long as he satisfies the criteria that I know of, or that I am assuming at least.
Hey, okay.
So as far as I can tell, the answer is yes.
Right, Atka. So far, so good. Not right now, but probably in like a day or so, maybe a couple days. We're gonna take a trip to Mithril Hall and talk to talk to someone. Go on a little field trip to finish up your checkup because this is a two-part thing. But this is a good
Well,
sign.
isn't that the Dwarven Kingdom?
Yes, but someone else who's also able to do someone who's very knowledgeable about this kind of particular stuff is currently living there. So we're just gonna pay him a visit.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll go walk up, put my hand on his shoulder. This you're doing great.
All right. And does this have anything to do with the tiefling and the goblin that took me from the village?
I look at Morgan to see if like I should say yes or no.
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah, I look of I don't know. Oh man. I that was more for your protection. There are certain groups out there who are hunting down individuals of certain there's certain aspects to them that they are very interested in. Um,
Okay. Can I go back home to the where I'm staying and sleep?
yes, we'll
Very
we'll,
late.
we'll we'll take you back now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll kind of like guide him towards the portal, and I'll approach Chloe and kind of like lean in and say, "Can you do this like another 2 more times, or do you have to rest between using it?"
What level is that? Is the spell this is based off of? Yeah. I can do it a number more times if needed.
Okay, we'll bring the other two one at a time again. But yeah, thanks again for your help. This is very, very generous.
You said they needed to stay worthy of those conditions, right?
Yes.
You might. If this is as important as you were saying. There's a rather expensive spell you might see about getting someone to cast. I'm not able to, but it would suspend them so that, as if they're frozen in time.
Imprisonment?
Sequester.
Sequester.
It is quite expensive, though.
Yeah, we don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
5,000 gold pieces for a sapphire, for powder of diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire dust.
I mean, it would guarantee that they can't become unworthy if they are worthy, though.
Yeah, just spend 5,000 on all 7 of
1,500
them.
gold.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
say-
we only know where 3 are.
15,000. Morgan, I will say, because like your conversation with the crew would have been longer than what we actually had. If you kill the golem, you think there's probably at least that much gold there.
Yeah, Morgan would say, well, there's always that horde that they encountered, and might be able to get that kind of money out of that. I don't know. We might have a way to get that money.
I mean, it probably would have been better if we had the money to begin with, because then that will take time.
Are any of you a 14th level creation bard?
No. But yeah, let's go do the other 2.
Okay. Yeah, so still one at a time, you bring them down as well. First the one that Tia and Celeste rescued from Chult. And then the one that Tia and Celeste rescued from up by Amphale. Up near Amphale. And you get the same result from both of them.
That's good.
As far as Kalue is able to tell, they are worthy.
If the Lord of Justice says they're also still worthy, I think that's good enough. If one of them come up as not worthy in the Lord of Justice's eyes, we're gonna have to go to the fugue plane. And if they're still not worthy, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we need to do to fix that.
I mean, so the thing is, if they're not worthy, you're in trouble, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a way to redeem them. If they are worthy, that still means you have to find a way of making sure they stay as such, so that they can bring back Bahamut.
Can't we just kill them?
There was something where
Can't we just kill them?
I thought they
No,
had
I'm
to
try- I'm
die.
trying to find
That's the thing.
they have to die, but they have to die at roughly the same time. They have to die close together in time. Like within a couple hours. Otherwise, yes, you could just kill them. I mean, you can still just kill them, but it's not yet.
I mean, if they all turn out good with Lord of Justice, we can probably see if he could do it. Just annihilate them instantly.
Yeah, but
What
you
the
still have four. You still have four that are with the cult.
Oh, we need to. Oh, they all.
Yeah,
need to
all
go.
of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
How are we gonna?
Fucking.
How are we gonna orchestrate this?
We'd have to find out exactly where the other four are, collect
We're
them.
probably not gonna get them until the final battle. That's the thing.
I mean, unless you want to be absolutely insane and sneak back into the caldera before the fight.
We don't have a way through the shadow magic though.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that or like, I don't know, we'd have to do some crazy shit where like we gave them an item and that when they, at a very specific time, when we contacted one of them, they would like, I don't know, like, almost like the pearl that they got in Percy Jackson to like float up to the top of the water. So, you give that to them, they break it, they teleport to us while we're there where the others are in the middle of the fight against the cult, and then just like, I don't know, push all of them in front of like a dragon breath attack, and then boom, instant Bahamut restoration.
Why are we the ones dealing with this? This is like way beyond our capabilities.
I don't know, man. Why?
Because
Why
y'all
aren't we?
haven't. Because y'all haven't brought other people in on it.
But we got told not to, Bean.
You were told that the fewer people that know, the better. That doesn't mean that no one can know. I mean, obviously, because you let Kalue know.
Kalue, Elminster knows. Anthar Froome knows.
I know Elminster knows parts of it.
Yeah.
Anthar Froome knows pretty much the whole thing. Yes, and he knows that something has to be tested for worthiness. You did not give him the whole thing of Bahamut is gone, guys. And I almost say his divine essence.
Oh yeah, well Morgan definitely wouldn't have mentioned that.
Honestly, I think I probably will have to go talk to Guillemot. I would send Andromeda there to talk, but she's a ruby right now. No, she's a diamond.
But for the Mithril Hall thing, I forgot to say it when you just talked to Elminster earlier. He could not teleport you to Mithril Hall, but he could teleport you to Silvery Moon.
Yeah, that's fine. Just walk to Mithril Hall.
I mean, he could teleport you to Mithril Hall.
But
He's just choosing not to.
He doesn't want to make the dwarves mad.
It's fair. One does not make enemy of the dwarves.
Especially when you need the dwarves to outfit the rest of the army.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got them all tested. You sleep because it's real late. What's y'all's next order of business?
I guess because we have like a general idea of what we're gonna do with the bar, right? So I guess we got to get these guys to the King of Justice.
yeah, we can tell the. I guess the bookkeeper is like the temporary manager. We can just tell them what we want to be done, and they'll do it.
Yeah, and if any additional money is needed for that, I'll put up money.
Yeah, I'll say like
Yeah.
Morgan that day while waiting to go to the promenade, Morgan like went over with the cooks about the special menus and that kind of stuff. Um yeah, so depending on the banquet is going to cost you I'll say because you're wanting to go kind of fancy for it. A minimum of 20 gold. You can go above that if you wish.
Yeah, you know what? Let me look at what I got. Yeah, you know what? I'll put in 40 because I'm trying to get that return investment for that
Okay.
for the Fleet Week thing, and then I think what was the other stuff I said?
Well,
Half
the banquet is
price.
the banquet's Fey Day because you want to do the
Yeah,
masquerade banquet.
yeah, Masquerade Banquet Fayday, and then
Special menu Fleet Week.
Special Menu Fleet Week, and then for Golden Knight, half price drinks and apps, but no half price on the top shelf booze.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, whatever else more he'd have to put up.
I mean, you don't have to put anything up for the half price. That's just you take a loss on the profits, but you probably have more business. But that's not like you put up money for that. And then I'll say the special menu for the seafood and stuff on Fleet Week. Uh, it'll just be easier to make that come out of the business money for that week. Because it'll kind of depend on how busy y'all are. I can't really give that number ahead of time.
Okay, all right.
Okay. But then you have what you said you're doing the King of Justice next. So are you taking all three of them at once then?
Yeah, kind of have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So you arrange for Elminster to teleport the six of you to Silvery Moon. Um, and you would arrive in the northern half of the city. Large city. I mean, not as large as Waterdeep, but very cosmopolitan. It's much more a mixture of the races than Waterdeep. Waterdeep has a lot of different races, but it's still mostly human. Um, whereas humans make up less than half of the population of Silverymen. Uh, and here in the northern half, lots of giant trees that the city is built into as well. Can put the picture if it will post.
Neat.
Neato. Misquito.
And you, which I don't think any of you would have. Maybe Morgan. I don't think any of you have been to Silvery Moon before. Morgan did a lot of
Nah.
traveling with the Saviors, so possibly,
Oh,
but I think
maybe.
yeah.
I haven't been this far
Mostly
north.
stayed to the. Yeah. Yeah, other than when you actually went to the frozen part.
Yep.
But yeah. And uh as you begin walking in the city, you pass by a giant marketplace that's bustling. You kind of follow the signs, and you come to a river that splits the town in two. And there's I did this wrong in Vecna, but the road just ends and then continues again on the other side of the river being like a good 100 feet below you. And as you watch, there's people that just keep walking off the end of the road. You think they're going to fall, but they seemingly walk on air, uphill a little bit, and then back down and arrive on the other side.
Oh, this must be one of those invisible bridges. I've seen weirder things. I've done weirder things.
This place is pretty beautiful. I like Waterdeep, but I get tired of it from time to time.
I do kind of miss
yeah.
Baldur's.
City perpetually enveloped in fog. Let's go. But yeah, you follow the lead of the locals and walk out over nothing, making your way into the southern part of the city. I will say, you kind of like you see the other people doing it, so you know that there is a structure there. Still a little bit cautious, and we'll say like Rebecca, every once in a while, you just kind of like tap in front of you with your rapier, much like you would with a walking stick if you're walking in a bog.
Imagine Morgan overhears like a local say tourist.
Yeah, yeah. Rebecca, you're doing that, and you kind of drifting to the side a little bit. You're not sure exactly what the straight line is when it's invisible. You're not going very far. But all of a sudden you poke, and it just goes through, and you realize you've hit the edge of the bridge, and there is no wall.
Let's steer this way, guys. Not go that way.
The bridge is only 14 feet wide. But yeah, you make your way into the southern portion of the city, and less of the trees, newer buildings. And you make your way out the gates and into the. Well, you'd be on the road. You would know that Mithril Hall is roughly northwest. Though the road, you could take the road west and then head north, but there is no main road that actually takes you to Mithril Hall.
Should we just hire a guide to take us there?
No.
No, we can figure it out.
I mean, if you want to. If you think it's a better option. I actually, it might be a better option.
I mean, if we get lost, we're traveling with 3 fucking Great Wyrms in disguise. They don't know they're Great Wyrms.
Yeah, alright. Fuck it, fine. I just want to save money. I'll shell out for a guide.
It's probably 8
Why not?
gold for a guide. 5 gold.
Hey.
Yeah, a gold a day for
Yeah.
the
The
guide.
doctor away.
And
Yeah.
the guide would tell you that if you're, as long as you don't run into any issues, it should take about 5 days. If you're just walking.
Should take about
If you want to
what?
get some horses, it would be 5 days.
5
If
days.
you're just walking.
How long with horses?
If you want to math. It would take about 3 on horse.
Is it worth the extra 2 days?
Well, time kind of is of the essence, so maybe get the horse, but then also too, there's the whole consideration of if we need to be stealthy for whatever reason, we're
The
gonna have
horse
to
isn't
like,
stealthy.
yeah, we're gonna have to abandon the horse, and then that's money wasted.
Yeah, let's just walk. I'll pay the 5 gold for the 5 days.
Okay. And y'all have rations enough for the 3 people y'all are guiding.
I should.
I
Let
mean,
me double check.
I would buy some before we leave. Have I started getting hungry yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So I still don't think about myself yet.
Ooh,
would-
you are a little thirsty though.
I am a little thirsty. That's weird. I would buy some rations for them before we go. I'll buy, say, 30 rations, which would be 15 silver.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gave up all my rations to the Urgs.
30 rations is
2 for 1 gold.
15 gold.
Oh, okay, yeah, 15. I had the wrong thing.
I know I had a thing over here for rations. Where did it go? Spin box, bedroll, backpack, crowbar, hammer, piton, torch, tinderbox, water skin.
Piton.
Piton.
30 rations.
Movable rods, sunset sarsaparilla. Quick utensils for threaded spices. I must have taken it off the thing. Yeah, I'll buy 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. I will buy whatever. 10 will get me 10 gold will get me 20. I'll buy 20 rations.
Oh wait, if you want to charter a ship you can charter a ship part of the way and it would be shorter too. How long would that be? If you charter a ship, it would be 2 days.
How much for the ship?
We'll call it a gold a person.
There's 6 of us, so that's 6 gold. But we get, I think that's worth it.
And well, it's 7 gold because you still would want the guide for the other.
Oh, that's right. Yep. 7 gold. 7 gold.
Yeah, you'll pay the guide. You'll pay the guide less because it's a shorter journey. But
All right, so 9 gold total, not including rations.
correct.
All right, I'll pay for that.
Okay. All right. So the ship travel well inside of the dragon protection circle. Pretty uneventful. There's, some river turbulence. But they dock to let you out at Zamorvan Hall, which is not on this map for some reason, but is right here.
We're in the promenade.
It is roughly here. Oh no, that's the wrong tool.
Oh, they don't sail up to here and then up this way?
I mean, you booked passage on a passenger ship. They're not going out of their way. They could take you here, but there's no port there, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll walk this way.
Actually, Rivermill, very small town. Yeah. So they could travel.
Whatever's faster.
Yeah, it is actually faster for you to get out at Somorvan Hall and walk across and walk the fields. Just because you're having to double back if you go all the way to here. Yeah, so you get out. Snap. Because it also doesn't show the road. Like, this is a main road over here that goes along this river. But it's just not there.
Oh yeah, the trade
so you
way
get out
fucking
there.
disappears between Dragon Spear and a bit past Borsky Bridge.
Yeah. But yeah, you make your way, camping not far out of not too far out of Zamorvan Hall. And can I get what order would y'all do watches in?
I'll take. I can't sleep for 4 hours anymore. I'll take last watch.
I'll take the first one.
Okay. All right. Would Cunk take the middle watch, Morhan?
I mean, who else would?
The humans y'all are escorting, I guess.
But would either of them make them do the watch?
We're not making them do the watch.
No, I'm asking since we're escorting them, why would we make them do the watch?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I think I make him do the watch.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I make Cunk
Right.
do the watch.
Morgan, go ahead and give me a perception roll for your night. Oh, y'all talked about being stealthy. If y'all aren't making a campfire, it's disadvantage on the watch because it's dark.
No, I just meant if we needed to be stealthy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then yeah, make your perception check, please.
Perception. 21.
21. Um, towards the end of your watch, Morgan, you to the northeast in the sky, you see 3 large jets of flame in the extreme distance.
Oh boy.
Not at the same time. Like one, and then a few seconds later, a second one, and a few seconds later, a third.
That's weird. You said how
But you would
far
guess
out?
it's pretty far. You're not sure of the scale of the flames, but you would guess at least 20 miles.
Okay.
Like you just notice it.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it would be
that's
kind of
weird.
like in that direction.
The Lord of Justice assaulting Meso Berez's.
It's a powerful flame if it can assault Minzo Berenson from the sky. When you breathe in the sky and a couple miles below ground, the city crumbles. Cunk, if you can roll a perception check for your watch.
No.
Would you have mentioned about that, Morgan?
Yes. He'd
Okay.
point out the direction and everything, be like, it was over there, there's 3 of them, not simultaneously, but like after one another.
Okay. Kunk. About halfway through your watch, you it's a relatively cloudless night. So pretty easy to see. And in roughly that same direction that Morgan had pointed out, you see what looks like a couple bursts of lightning. But like cloud to cloud lightning where it stays in the sky. Though you do not notice any clouds that direction.
Div.
And shortly after that, you see another burst of what looks like flame, like what Morgan described. Though a bit closer than how he described it. Still quite far off. But then your watch, other than that, passes uneventfully, and you wake up Rebecca for the final watch.
And I would tell her what Morgan told me and what I saw.
Okay.
The dragons must be fighting some dragons.
21. Y'all had good rolls. Rebecca, you mostly paying attention that same direction since that's where activity is. Though still keeping an eye out in the rest of the directions as well. You would notice almost simultaneously another 5 what looks like sets of lightning strikes. Again, that cloud to cloud without clouds. This time maybe only like 10-ish miles away. Followed by another burst of that flame. and then in the distance you hear a very quiet and distant thud. Of something large slamming into the ground.
Hopefully that's a metallic one.
But other than that, I would say shortly after that you see another burst of that lightning, but much further to the east than where you had been seeing it previously. And after that, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Your companions wake up. Everyone eats and does their morning preparations, breaks camp. I assume you also fill in everyone on... Well, would you fill in everyone, or would you try to pull aside Morgan and Cunk when you fill in about that?
Just Morgan and Cunk.
Okay. All right. Then y'all head off to the north again. And we will pick it up there next time.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.